Okay, next is the decision making. There are major decisions that have to be made for all children. You've got medical, you've got educational, you have mental health, religious. Those can be really challenging for families that are separating, so it's important to have that really good communication between the parents. If you don't have that, then joint decision making can be a bit of a struggle. So what I'm talking about here is, how is the court going to allocate decision making between two parents? It can either be joint in all areas, sole in all areas, or a little bit of both, meaning maybe one or two areas are sole, but the other areas are joint. What is generally preferred and most common is going to be that joint decision making. The reason that's preferred is it's best for a child to have both parents' input. You want to have two parents come together, even if they disagree, and balance each other's opposing positions, and then reach a decision that's what you believe to be the best one for your child. Major decisions would be, where are they going to go to school? Are they going to get vaccinated? Are they going to be baptized? So those are things that you want to consider. And if you don't think you can communicate, or you just have a history of not being able to communicate in a productive manner, you might want to consider a parenting coordinator and even potentially a decision maker. A decision maker is somebody who has binding authority to help a family when they reach an impasse about a major decision. You know, we're switching to high school, but I want the child to go to a private school. The other parent wants them to go to public school or homeschool. Big deal, right? And if you cannot reach an agreement, a decision maker could be a great tool for you, because they will sit down, talk with you, they're familiar with your family, and then they will render a binding decision. It's nice because you don't have to go and litigate in front of a judge over this issue, because litigation can take a long time. A decision maker is going to render a decision quickly, and they're also much more familiar with your family compared to a judge that you might be in front of if you filed a motion. Sole decision making is somewhat rare, but you will see it frequently when there has been a long history of domestic violence. If you are a victim of domestic violence, communicating and trying to reach agreements with your abuser, that's really daunting. In fact, it can be a continuation of the cycle of violence, which is why if courts find by a preponderance of the evidence that there has been domestic violence, and there's no credible evidence of having productive conversations or communication about decisions pertaining to the kids, the court's probably going to give the victim sole decision making. And that is better for the children, because you don't want the abusive parent wielding power, using that decision-making authority simply to force interactions with the other spouse, and of course not to control them or continue the cycle, like I mentioned before. So that's my comments on decision-making.